Surrounded by mountains, fed by the Willamette and Columbia Rivers, nestled in the heart of Pacific Northwest, Portland State University is a nationally recognized urban university. Our location in Portland truly puts you in the middle of it all. Home to forward-thinking people who cherish the city for its culture, surrounding natural beauty, and livability, Portland is in the heart of Pacific Northwest. The university's urban setting and many community partnerships act as a living laboratory that will provide you with diverse opportunities to live, learn, and lead. Welcome to Portland State University. The city is our campus. The main lobby of Neuberger Hall houses the help windows and offices of financial aid, cashier, ID cards, Office of Admissions, Registration and Records, and transcripts. There are also computers along the wall where students can access their records online. The Office of Orientation and Campus Visits can also be found on the main floor. The other floors of Neuberger Hall house the departments of English, World Languages and Literature, Communication, Conflict Resolution, Math, Philosophy, Speech and Hearing Sciences, Black Studies, and Women's Studies. There are instructional computer labs on the 4th floor, as well as a math lab, art lab, and communication computer lab. There is also a computer lab located in the basement available for all students. Next is the Smith Memorial Student Union, which is named after student Michael Smith. Michael Smith was part of a 4-man team that won a popular TV show called the GE College Bowl. For the first time, PSU was in the national spotlight for academics. 2 years later, Smith passed away of cystic fibrosis, and the building was named in his honor. Smith Memorial Student Union, the Campus Student Union, is a 4-story building with 2 basement levels. It was built in 4 separate phases between 1956 and 1963. The building houses the Viking Food Court, ASPSU, which is the Associated Students of Portland State University, the Multicultural Center and La Casa Latina, about 100 student organizations in student activities and leadership programs, ASPSU Childcare, and our student-run Food for Thought Cafe, which serves organic coffee and specializes in vegetarian, vegan, and locally produced foods. We are now at Kramer Hall, which was named after the first PSU president. Built in 1956, Kramer Hall was the first building constructed by PSU and not acquired. Kramer Hall was built in 4 sections and houses the departments of anthropology, geology, geography, psychology, sociology, economics, and history. It also houses the Writing Center, President's Offices, and University Studies program, which is PSU's nationally recognized general education program. University Studies provides students with integrated, connected learning experiences that lay the foundation for lifelong intellectual development. Extending through all 4 years, the program teaches you how to think critically, communicate effectively, and gain a broad awareness of the human experience to instill a deep sense of responsibility to yourself, your peers, and your community. Inside of Kramer Hall is PSU Recycles program. The main goals of the program are to reduce the total amount of waste generated on campus and to reuse and recycle as much as possible from our waste stream. Also, PSU Recycles coordinates an office supply exchange program for faculty, staff, and student groups. We are now in Lincoln Hall. Recently renovated Lincoln Hall used to be Lincoln High School and was the first building to be used on our campus. PSU started in 1946 as Vanport Extension Center for GIs returning from World War II in the neighborhood of Vanport, site of vacant housing for shipyard workers. The Columbia River flood in 1948 forced the center to move. Lincoln Hall was acquired in 1952. Some of the only things salvaged from the flood were a rock and some library books. Students put the newly named Vanport Rock at the park block entrance to Lincoln Hall to show that they wouldn't be moved again. The School of Fine and Performing Arts is located within Lincoln Hall, along with classrooms designed with the arts in mind. An auditorium exists on the basement level, seats 200, and is mostly used for concerts. A much larger auditorium on the first floor, the Lincoln Performance Hall, seats 476 on a steep grade, has full curtains and lighting, and features both concerts and theater productions. A much smaller space, known as a studio theater, is used for more intimate, experimental student productions and rehearsals. This 98-year-old building is in the process of attaining Gold LEED certification after receiving a renovation that included a new roof, electrical and plumbing, heating and cooling system retrofits have improved energy efficiency in the building. 12 blocks along Southwest Park Avenue were donated to the city in 1852. The South Park blocks, once the center of a high-class residential district and preserved by the city for 100 years, has become the central core of campus. Further north on the park blocks of PSU are the Portland Art Museum, the Pacific Northwest College of Art and Film Study Center, Portland Performing Arts Center, major churches, and the Oregon Historical Society. Elms along the park blocks are some of the last of their kind. Others have died from Dutch elm disease. Ours are vaccinated every year. In front of the Smith Memorial Union on the park blocks, there is a stage which holds different events throughout the year. One such event is Noon Tunes, which are lunchtime concerts, weather permitting. From May through November, the Portland Farmers Market is also in the park blocks on Saturdays. The Millar Library is named after the second president of PSU, Branford P. Millar. The front half of the library is an $11 million addition built around the copper beech tree in front. The original plan for the addition was to cut down the tree, the only of its kind in the region, and build in its space. A student group and some professors decided the tree shouldn't be destroyed, so they protested to save the tree. They were successful, and the architecture for the addition was changed to go around the tree. The Millar Library is part of Portal's Portland Area Library System, which is the library consortium and is also part of the Interloan Library System. Students can go to other universities or college libraries around Oregon and borrow books that PSU may not have and request them to be sent to the Millar Library. There are also computer labs on the first and second floors with Macs and PCs, as well as rooms that are available for student checkout study groups. The library is open throughout the academic year. We hope you enjoyed this tour. There is so much more to see. Please continue exploring PSU on our website.